All right, now that everyone is in bed, it's nice and quiet. I thought I'd take a minute to let you guys take a look at the finish on this stone. You can see here and here where it's not flat. Across here from side to side, it's perfectly flat. Um, I just finally stopped. It's a very hard stone and it's hard to lap properly. If you just use loose abrasives, you get a rounded edge all the way around. So you go from loose abrasives to diamond plate, and it just chews up diamond plates. It's difficult, Takes some time. Going with the 220 grit silicon carbide, uh, it it actually seemed to wear into the glass that I was using in it, and it made it kind of um, it made the rounding worse. So I skipped to the DMT a bit later, or a bit earlier than I probably could have if I'd used a different substrate for the silicon carbide. But all in all, if I had done that in the first place, it wouldn't have been unbearably slow to lap. The results, now that the stone is perfectly flat, I'm extremely happy with. I noticed some differences from my stone to KCB 5150s. I don't seem to have. You can see how reflective it is right there. I mean, it's almost mirror, as far as that goes. But the difference between mine and KCB 5150s is he seems to have some black, highly polished dots all through his, and I don't have those. He said he also found gold, little flecks of gold, maybe mica, maybe real gold. I don't know. I did not in mine when I was lapping mine. Now these are from the same rock, so I mean you can tell by the pattern in them. They're probably actually cut face to face. I'm not sure where the differences are coming from as far as that goes, but you can see. I also don't have. It's hard to get this camera to focus. I don't have any of the pitting that he seems to have. I do have a few. I have one pit right there, right at the tip of my thumbnail there, right above it. You can actually see. There you go. I also have some fissures in mine. The fissures all run mostly longitudinally. They don't seem to catch the razor at all. They will catch grit if you have any dirt or anything on the stone. See, there's another good one. If you have any dirt or anything on the stone, they'll catch in that, and then you'll end up with a nick in the edge or something scratches, whatever. I just make sure every time I use this stone, I wipe it down with an Agura. One of my I have some from the Stratus and an Apache red. I use the red first, and then I'll wipe it down with the Strata after, and it cleans it off really good. Spritz it with water, and then add my glycerin and go to town. Um, Again, super happy with this stone. I know some people have questioned the value of it. I'm fairly new to straight razor shaving and honing. I'm not new to sharpening. I've been sharpening my knives for years. So, knowing the results I have and how my razors feel on my face, I wouldn't hesitate to pay for this stone. The fact that like I said, it's a cool looking stone from my home state, that's just a bonus. But even if it were from somewhere else, I wouldn't hesitate. All of the other stones I've used razors off of, Kodakul 20,000, I believe it's a Naniwa stone. Um, the Japanese naturals from Magnus that he sent me on this razor here. This is a beautiful razor, by the way. This is the crop I was talking about earlier, and the edge is just. He said it was an incredibly smooth shave, but my experience with this and with my Strata as well, as finishers, they these feel superior to me. I know Magnus is probably going to kill me for saying that, but they just this razor was fairly harsh for me. I've used it 4 or 5 times now with stropping, and it still hasn't reached a point where I'm comfortable with the edge as compared to some like even a gold dollar. This is very thin behind the edge, but this edge off of either of these stones is superior to me in feel and on my face than this edge, which this razor isn't even comparable in quality. This is so much better. This edge off of the Japanese naturals that Magnus uses. So I'm not sure what to say there. Maybe it's user specific. Maybe I know how to get the best on my razors off of these stones for my face. There's so much in this that's subjective. We all know that. But for me, these have just been great, great, great stones. I also wanted to bring up, I had the first hone I bought for razors was a 12,000 Chinese stone, and it was because it was cheap on eBay and I could get it quick before I got my first razor. And I was accidentally shipped one from the same distributor. This thing's kind of dirty right now, but I was shipped this one from the same distributor. They are so different. This stone right here is amazingly quick compared to the first one that I got. I mean, the difference is just night and day. It's very, very hard still, but it actually slurries. And the finish, it feels velvety as compared to just slick. I really, really like this stone for other things. I love it on my kitchen knives. I've actually been going from, I had been using the 2000 grit stones that from Guangxi, or whatever, however you say it, the China stones. I've been using the 2000 grits to set the bevels on my kitchen knives and go through my to finish. I finish on these as well. But for my home kitchen knife use, I've been stropping lightly on this, and the edges are just phenomenal. It leaves a little bit of tooth, and the polish is nice. It's just a really, really cool stone. Now I understand completely. I thought this stone was okay. The Chinese stones, they talk about who knows what the grit is, who knows what you're going to get with the 12,000, quote unquote, 12,000 grit stones. And these two stones are, and they prove that point beyond measure. This thing and this thing, this would be a $15 stone in my opinion, and this would be worth far, far more. This is a great little stone. Anyhow, there you go. Apache Gila, Apache Strata, or actually Guangxi 2K, Apache Strata, and yeah, there you are.